SEND stands for Special Educational Needs and Disabilities. It can be and or disabilities, so a child might have disabilities and another special educational need as well. The four main areas of SEND are communication and interaction, cognition and learning, social, emotional, mental health, and physical and or sensory needs. Some of the different areas of SEND are ADHD, anxiety, autistic spectrum disorder, social, emotional, mental health, oppositional defiance disorder, or physical difficulties. I mean, there's more, but that's broadly the ones that we would deal with here at ISP. Looked after children are more likely to have special educational needs and or disabilities. They may have been to several different schools, they may have had several different foster parents. Within birth families, they may have suffered physical, psychological abuse. They may be extremely traumatised. They could have had very low attendance at school and missed big chunks of their education and have big learning gaps. They may well have been excluded from school quite often. A significant amount of young people that come into care have attachment issues and difficulties. It could be a number of things. It could be one of those things, it could be several of those things. Often children and young people will be quite avoidant. So for instance, if they feel that something's too difficult for them, they may use a diversion technique. If a teacher asks them a question and they felt put on the spot or unable to answer it, it can then sort of result in behavioural difficulties where they're avoiding. They're avoiding because of their low self-esteem or their lack of sort of knowledge. Behavioural difficulties can often result in a child being removed from a lesson or put into an isolation room. And as I said before, it can be poor attachments, which can sort of display itself in lots of different ways, where they find relationships with maybe adults difficult or with their peers difficult. The main types of specialist provisions are complex needs, social, emotional and mental health, autistic spectrum disorder, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder and mild learning difficulties. So it broadly falls into those categories. So that they would offer specialist support in those areas. So teachers would be specially trained to actually deal with those types of needs. You could have a mixture actually. You could have a provision that deals with social, emotional, mental health and ASD or ADHD. Specialist provisions would generally have class sizes of possibly maybe 6 up to 10 young people, and they would have a higher ratio of adults to children. Children with special educational needs and disabilities and or an EHCP wouldn't necessarily go to a specialist provision. They can be supported, and we would advocate for them to stay in mainstream school where possible. Some mainstream schools have things called ARPs, which are additionally resource provisions, where they can support young people and meet their needs. Foster carers can help children in education if they've got special educational needs and disabilities. They know their young people very well. They're with them 24/7. They have a lot of knowledge about them. It's crucial as a foster carer to attend meetings. You're very knowledgeable, so you need to attend PEP meetings, EHCP meetings, EHCP review meetings. It's crucial that we have foster carers' input at all educational meetings too. I would say challenge decisions. If you don't agree with them, challenge them in a positive way. you know the child best, and if you don't agree, don't be afraid. Communication is a massive part of supporting young people. You've got a network around you of professionals that can help and support you. You've got supervising social workers, fostering advisors, advisory teachers, virtual schools, local authorities. So communicate if you do have any concerns or need any advice. That network is there to help you and support you. Encourage your young people at school. Often our young people make very small steps. Sometimes they make huge steps, but it's all progress, and we need to reward success and to encourage young people. Build on their interests as well. If they could be interested in something, bird watching or whatever, golf, going out and doing all sorts of different things. Encourage them to join clubs at school and outside of school. So all of those things will help to build their relationships with their peers and with teaching staff. Just sometimes small steps are massive. It may just be doing a piece of homework. It may be just getting out of bed and going to school in the morning. So rewards, we need to reward our children and praise them for all of the things they do. You can speak to the designated teacher at a school if need be. They will be the one that deals with safeguarding usually. You can speak to the SENCO if you have any concerns. You could speak to a head of year. Or as I say, an advisory teacher will help and support you and advise you in knowing who to approach at the school.